everything I had hardening off just toppled over. Hey guys, Casey here and welcome back to another video. I'm actually outside for once in my life. Like, not really. You guys are outside with me for the second time this season, and I just wanted to plant some radishes, possibly some carrots, and I already have peas planted. So it's starting. It is the starting of spring. Sorry if I'm like glaring at you. The sun is really bright today. It's actually quite warm, around 55 degrees or so. Slight breezy. Hopefully my mic's dead kitten on there actually does its job. I haven't really finished cleaning up the garden, but we're gonna plant radishes anyways because I'm impatient and it is totally that time. And some flowers too, probably. Now I have a lot of radish seeds, but a lot of them I don't actually like. I used to love radishes, just eat them raw with some salt and it would be great when I was younger. Now they give me heartburn really bad. So the Chinese show fruit radishes were actually pretty cool. They grow on top of the ground instead of in the ground, and I thought that was really, really unique. So I plan on growing them again. They didn't have much of a spice to them, so they were great. The cherry bells were another favorite of ours. They weren't super spicy. They tasted really good too. Oh yes, the early scarlet globe radish. You know, I'm not quite sure what the spice level on that one was. And then I got this one from my local nursery. Radish blend Irish eyes. It's got pink, white, and red. I planted them at a horrible time. It was like the peak of summer. And our summers don't get really hot, so I didn't think anything. I wasn't worried about the radishes not growing because of the heat. I didn't think about the bugs. So they all got, I can't think of what it was called now off the top of my head, but it's a fly and they lay their larva near the roots and then the larva eats the plant. So every root vegetable we had got those come late summer, and it was just, it sucked. So I never planted them again because I was pretty like over it at that point. Minawase daikon radishes. I am not planning on growing any daikons. So no, I had tried the watermelon radishes once before and they did not turn out as well as I had hoped. Icicle short tops. Again, I'm not really planning on growing any of the large ones, although I should. Now would be the time to do it. These ones. So last year I didn't pay attention to the name and planted them like normal radishes, just pretty close together actually. Didn't pay attention that they were crimson giants and their leaves just shadowed everything. It was quite hilarious. So I think I'll just do these four. So we'll do the Irish eyes, cherry bells, show of fruit radishes, and the early scarlet globe radishes. So for peas, and I know I already planted them, I just did a classic snap pea and then a golden sweet pea from my gardeners. That was really weird. And that was it for peas. For flowers though, I'm going to plant some African daisies in a pot. I'm also going to direct sow a whole bunch of marigolds, the American marigolds. I did bring my French marigolds. I'm debating whether to listen to the suggestion, probably should, and plant them in April. But I do have some French marigolds in here, particularly the white ones. And I'm also going to plant the chocolate cherry sunflower. It is time to do that as well. And I might plant some carrots, but we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. Now, what is going to go here, aside from the peas that I already planted? Most of the things are not going to be out until midsummer, so like the jelly melons and the Mexican cucamelons and stuff like that. So I can freely plant radishes wherever my heart desires in this area until stated otherwise, because they come so quickly, you know, they just are bam, done. So I'm going to adjust you guys so you can see, and we're just going to plant some radishes and stuff. It'll be fun. And if you guys don't have a garden, you can vicariously live through me. All right. I brought everything I needed. I had already amended the soil. I did that yesterday when I planted peas. I'm gonna use my pen to do it too. You are a huge spider. I don't like spiders. I don't like spiders at all, but I won't kill them outside because they're just living their lives. I don't like them. Please stay away from me. Or tomorrow I record the, what is it, week 10 greenhouse update? So I'll put this with that video. But today is the last 8-hour stint that the onions and broccoli are having out in hardening off process. So after today, they will stay outside for a whole night and eventually get transplanted in the next couple of days. So it is a process that I am super excited for because I am seriously running out of room in my greenhouse. Okay, so I think we will start with the Irish eyes. Bam! I honestly stopped caring about spacing for the most part. Less the oversized giant radishes that I screwed up on. Things like that'll happen every now and again and it'll be fine. I just thin them and call it good. But overall, I don't really fuss about it too much. Yeah, oh. The Chinese show fruit radishes said they plant them in late summer, so I forgot they are not a cool weather crop. Almost forgot about it. So I think I will plant extra cherry bells. Works out perfectly, actually. And normally you're supposed to successively sow these, but what I consider succession sowing. Wait for the massive wind gust to go away. Shit. Well. That just went my entire everything I had hardening off just toppled over. Holy crap, that was some wind. Well, let's go look at the damage. Not that that wind's really gone yet, but I had to hold my camera down.
I'd say we've got a lot of dead plants. Oh, my flowers. Let me sit you guys down for a sec.
Don't go eating them. Really worried it's gonna happen again. So change of plans. Not only are we going to be planting radishes and possibly carrots, but apparently onions too, because that was a mess. Yeah, wind knocked it all over. The broccoli survived. The flowers look like they're going to survive. The 10-20 tray of onions is really bad. They no longer have their tags, so I definitely don't know what they are. A lot of them were completely out of their cups, so I have to plant them at this point. Otherwise, they're just going to die. There's no way I can put them back in. I could put them back in a cup, and I'll just stick them in the ground. Let's finish what we started though, which was planting radishes. As soon as I find what I did with my seed pack. 1, 2, 3. What the hell did I do with it? Alright guys, it's official. I've lost my damn mind. I lost an entire seed packet. I'm sure I'll find it eventually, but I don't know what I did with it. Alright, so these are the onions that just spilled over in the little outside greenhouse. And they're a little worse for wear. I could theoretically leave them like this and hope that they'll be okay, but I think I'm just going to plant them and make sure that they're okay, because onions are precious. So, this is the onion bed. I now have very little idea of what's what, especially between the dog eating the tags and half the tags falling out. So, we're just gonna have to grow them and see what they are. Okay, so I just finished planting the disheveled onions. I probably look a little worse for wear. It is past high noon at this point. I mean, it got chilly enough to put my hoodie back on, so I'm not worried about them getting burnt by the sun at this point. I'm thoroughly watered and sad as get up, but hopefully they will come back to life and give me onions. And hopefully this wind is not an omen of a frost, because that would suck. I don't think they could handle a frost. It's, give them a couple of days and they'll be okay, but if frost comes tonight, they're kind of SOL, and I'll lose out on all these onions, but it is what it is. It's a risk I'm willing to take, and I'd much rather have them in the ground now than them to die in solo cups, because they were just shocked anyways and broken. Some of them were just too beat up to plant, but others were okay. So that took up my entire afternoon. I did not plant any flowers, and I probably won't, because I'm pooped. I'm done. I want to go inside and play video games. It's okay, the flowers can wait. I need to clean up the bed anyways before I go planting any marigolds, so it is what it is. And I will see you all tomorrow with the greenhouse tour. Till then, bye! Hey guys, Casey here, and welcome back to another week of updates. I don't know what week I'm on again. It's all kind of starting to blur together in my quarantation, so I'll put it somewhere. Here, disposal, there, yeah, that's where I'll put it. Whatever week we're on, let's go take a look at the greenhouse really quick. Okay, inside the greenhouse this week, as you can see, I added 2 new boards. Or I added back the boards so I could have a little bit more room since my plants are outgrowing everything. And I was able to space out my tomatoes a little better than before. I obviously have not transplanted any of them yet because I didn't have the room. I probably can afford to do that now, space-wise. I did transplant this pink oxheart because it was really, really leggy. It was awful. So I took off a couple of its stems and stuck it down in there and transplanted that one. I did also tie up the celery. Both of them have been, wrangled in a little bit. This guy could definitely use a transplant. I had replanted all those peppers. I haven't seen any pop up yet. And I did knock one over. I think it was the purple booties here. I knocked them over on accident. So it'll probably be a while before I see them. I did let some of these peppers flower. Like here. See if I can get it to actually focus on the flower. There we go. At least my peppers have kind of pepped up a little bit, except for this guy back here. He's not super happy. Should probably keep that tomato plant away from him though. See, this is a pretty leggy tomato plant too. But that'll all be fixed when I transplant them. So, okay. This is the still very sick, blighted bell pepper. He has not gotten any better, actually. You can't even see the bumps on him. I bumped the cinnamon basil and now it smells amazing in here. Holy basil, opal basil, lemon basil, lime basil, cilantro, the other bee balms, and they're just as slow growing as they were last time. What is this? Scarlet kale, and then the blue curled Scottish kale. They're all doing really good. My lemon leopard sunflower is doing pretty good. Getting buried. The African daisy that I killed when I tried to harden it off. Well, I didn't kill it, but I definitely made it sad, so both of its leaves there. These leaves have gotten better, and he'll survive with just those 2 leaves. I still think that this plant and this plant look an awful lot alike. Marigolds are doing fine. There's those ones there. And these ones here barely getting any light, buried beneath the tomato plants. Another pepper plant back here. And there is a pepper plant down here who's doing amazing as well. And he likes it back there, so I just leave him back there. Just call it whatever. So yeah, that is what's going on with these guys in here. I left the onions outside for the first time. And I also had to plant some onions yesterday too. So let's go take a look at those. Okay, so I was going to go show you the onions and the stuff in the greenhouse. However, it is raining, so no, I'm not. There's that stuff, being happy as can be. The broccoli did survive the tumble yesterday, so did the flowers. They're doing okay. They do need some water, because they're not going to get any inside that tent, so I'm going to have to give them some water. But the onions and the lettuce that are on the black thing there are happy as can be. When I went and checked the onions in the actual garden from yesterday, they were doing okay. They could be better, but they're doing okay. Okay, so if the weather turns around, I'll take you guys out there and we'll have a look at the garden and the onions and stuff. What I plan on doing since it's raining is taking the marigolds out there and letting them soak up some cloudy, rainy, healthy sun and start to harden them off. They'll be fine. It's like 46 degrees right now, even with the rain, so it'll be good. Tonight it is supposed to get below freezing a little bit, so 30. What I plan on doing is putting everything that I have out there, the last 2 10-20 trays, in with the tent and the broccoli and zip it up, and they will stay warm all night long because they generate heat and it'll be all nice and toasty for them. It won't be super warm, but it'll be equivalent to what it was last night, which was 36, I want to say it was, and they survived just fine. So I will probably transplant the rest of the onions and lettuces tomorrow, except for what goes to my mother-in-law. Yeah, I'll do that all tomorrow. We did end up putting up the other cattle panel trellis run in the garden yesterday. So again, I'll show you guys that. That's where all the rest of the tomatoes are going to go. So we do have to finish the groundwork, but the posts are in and the cattle panel's up. So that is done. And obviously yesterday I planted radishes, and the day before that I planted peas. It's starting. It's actually starting. We're going to have food. Spring radishes, lettuce, carrots. I didn't plant any carrots yesterday. I was pooped after the whole onion thing. I was just done. So I'll probably do that tomorrow too, maybe. I have a lot of onions to plant. We'll see. It'll get there. It'll be a progress, and I will keep you guys updated. So till next time. Bye.